I agree too.
See? Can't say you're not friendly, Dan. Like, you are.
He doesn't want to
like,
hear any of it.
You're
Dan's
ruining
just
my
like-
reputation.
Dan's like trying to put this like, he's like, look at me, I'm hard or whatever. Like, I don't even know what kind of rep he's trying to pull. But we all know
Grumpy.
Dan,
Yeah, grumpy,
you're not
for sure.
you're not that grumpy though. Like, you have to get way grumpier, Dan. If you're gonna try to pull off grumpy.
I don't actually want to be miserable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think it's good. I like it.
then you gotta choose what you want to do.
And then we'll go all night. Two-stepping with a woman I love. All my troubles standing up, and when I'm in your eyes, electrified. We'll keep turning up and go all night. And we had dips and falls in our time, but we know what it feels to be low then up, alone then love. And all we need is us to go all night. Two-stepping with a woman I love.
Sun coming up when we walk out, we lost the track of time. Everything that I've been dealing with ain't even crossed my mind.
All right, everybody. I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined here by our usual cast minus one. He is seeing the Grand Tetons or something. I don't know. What is JR going to see this week?
I have no idea.
Yellowstone? Is that where he's headed? Yellowstone?
The outside.
The outside, the outdoors.
Yep.
Once again, he has decided something else is more important than Keyforge.
Yeah, he's seeing
I-
surfaces that don't hold Keyforge cards.
Yeah,
That, I think
They
that's-
might.
I got that part.
You don't know if they do or don't, actually. They might.
I spent time with him last weekend, and I tried to have a heart-to-heart with him about needing to put Keyforge first. He wasn't buying it.
He wasn't going for it?
No.
No, not at all. I mean, we're having that same talk with Drazcore right now, too, so...
I am on vacation next week.
Yeah. What about?
Let's see if I can still record. We'll see. I don't know.
What
Did you figure
about?
out- We're all gonna be there, Dress.
What about the 30th, the 1st, and the 2nd? I mean, 30th of September, and then the 1st and 2nd.
Oh, right. I'm gonna try. We'll see.
She can come play Keyforge
Yeah,
too.
she can come too. We'll get you guys an anniversary gift. Everyone will chip in for a deck.
So the other day, she and by the other day, it was like a month ago, she actually played a board game, and she was like, "I'm good for the year now."
I'm good for the year. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
All right.
I'm good for the year.
Well, that's all right. Mine is more like one in a decade, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think playing one a year is probably generous estimate on her part. She's not a gamer. That's not her thing.
I'm good. My wife often tells me that I did a really good job of hiding my nerddom when we were dating. She's like, "You did a really good job." I'm like, how did you not know I was a nerd?" And she's like, "Well, I didn't know you were into all this." And I was like, "I watched Star Wars and Marvel movies. Like, how did you like?" I think this is on you, sweetie.
So I remember early on when we were dating, my girlfriend at the time, right? She was like, out of the blue, she was like, "Tell me something about yourself that I don't know." And I was like, "Well," and I was so caught off guard. And I was so don't say nerd shit. And then
say
and then
so what came out was, "I like tentacle porn."
I play Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, "Shit, why did I say that?" Luckily, she didn't really know what that was.
Oh,
So I was like, okay.
I thought you were gonna be like, "I like tentacle porn." Oh shit! I mean, no. There's a joke that comes behind me as my wife scathingly watches me right now, because there was one time we were playing, I think it was Cards Against Humanity with some of the neighbors and whatnot, and one was them tentacle porn, and she had no clue what it was, but it was the greatest Cards Against Humanity card ever. Especially not knowing what it was. But we got buckets to get into today. ABR, Dr. Drazray, how's ABR going for you guys?
We've not been doing great recently.
No?
We need to pick it back up.
Who's not been doing great? Don't put me in your bucket.
It's been X-Ray and I that have been stinking.
Yes, outside of Z kicking me around.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been doing great.
I mean, I think I'm 2-2 now.
Sucks.
My deck does suck. Real bad.
Yeah.
Somebody got an
I think I
actual
got a change
reversal
up.
deck.
Yeah.
Ewok got that experience this week. Too bad he's not here because
Yeah.
that's back to back. Last week I beat Sheep. This week I beat Ewok. Neither games were close. My decks are real bad.
I forged
Actually,
two
yours
keys.
yours was
Ours was close.
yeah, but Ewok's wasn't. Like the deck he gave me was
No,
like
when
a
I
whole tier or two better than what I
Yeah,
gave.
we
Yeah.
didn't pull any. We did not pull a single like, oh, this is definitely reversal. Like, because
So-
like even when you're like, oh, this doesn't have a lot of creatures, but then it'll have like stupid speed and crazy expected ember, and then you're like, well, this one's got a lot of creatures, but that it's the reversal situation on our end is not great. But then we also didn't pull anything like crazy where we're like, yep, that's definitely our Archon deck, or yep, that's definitely our adaptive deck, because it's just
I
like,
think our weakest pull for us was our Archon, but it was still like somewhat okay.
yeah. I mean,
so on Custodian Wookwalk over there, you guys are actually trading roles each week?
we did after the first couple weeks. Like originally,
That's
I started
advanced
in
for us.
reversal, and then I don't remember what Custodian was, and I don't remember what Ewok was. But then, like after that, I ended up going to Archon, and that's where I've been for the past I think 3 weeks now. Yeah, 3 weeks now, and I think JR has pretty much been reversal since week 2, and no.
I played Custodian on reversal.
Yeah, Custodian was reversal, and I think due to JR's schedule, he went reversal this week
Yeah, he said he needed to play sooner
because he had to get a game in quick, and he just didn't have time for adaptive, so that was why he switched this week. But I've been playing Archon pretty much the past 3 weeks. I mean, I'm 2-1 in Archon. I'm 0-1 in reversal.
I think I'm 3-1. I don't remember. How many weeks has it been?
4.
I'm X and 1 when we had a bye, so I'm just 2-1.
I'm 2-2 right now. Me personally. I think
Yeah, I
JR
played
is
a-
0-4. No. JR is 1-3.
Yeah, so rough go, but it's been a fun event. I think
It's
you're
been fun. I've had
Oh,
a lot
doing
of
yeah.
a
fun
good
with it.
job.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the next actual ABR league now that there's a little bit more, pulse to the game, so that'll be fun.
I haven't even looked. Sealed all the way, baby.
Hmm.
Sealed is the way to play. I've come to that conclusion with Keyforge. The only way to play 3 deck sealed. That's it. No other way to play it.
I do enjoy 3-deck like sealed survival. It's a very fun way to play.
Mhm.
I haven't done a sealed survival ever, but I would like to do that.
Kansas City, we're gonna be there. We're
Is
gonna
that
do
is
it.
that a sealed
Right.
survival?
Yeah, the
Oh, okay,
the main
right on.
event
Probably
is
only 2 back
Saturday.
now.
I thought it was 3.
Uh,
Mm.
I don't even know
No,
what
for
set
certain.
it is.
we don't know that either.
Oh, nobody knows? Like it's a secret?
Nobody.
There's like a
knows.
guy who could probably come on and tell us stuff.
Ah.
Oh,
We should
I'm
have
sure
the guy
he,
on.
I'm sure he
That's
would
actually-
want to.
Yeah,
Look at you with an episode idea.
Yeah, way to go, sheep.
Yeah.
See what happens when you're not fortune keys while we're recording the podcast?
If only that had been said Monday.
Sheep
I'm
comes up
looking
with
at Difficult
ideas.
One. I didn't know what it was.
Hmm.
Oh,
All
God.
right. But ABR is still going on. You guys can join the next season. I don't know when this season's over, but you guys can join the next season. If you so desire. Vault Keeper happened last weekend, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I had a perfectly accurate prediction.
0-1?
I played. I got a bye on the first because I earned that bye, so I'm going to take that as a 1. And then I lost my first actual game to friend of AC X-Ray, and then he got all the way to the top 4, so I don't feel as bad. At least someone that doesn't suck at the format got to play a few more games.
Yeah. Sheep, how did your event go? Because you were kind of at a bachelor party, right?
Well, for my games, I was actually in Ewok's basement pre-bachelor party,
Oh, okay.
and I got to play D House in round 1, and stuck him with my deck with a bunch of change, so that felt good. And then the second game, I reviewed my deck and my opponent's deck, and I said his deck is the better of the 2, and I picked it, and he picked mine. And
no
then I
change.
proceeded to draw like garbage.
Nice.
I mean, like, just bad. Like
You did
you
not
walk,
follow
you've been
the
watching
AC
me play
motto,
most
huh?
like, oh gosh, I did not. And like it's 2-2-2, so you play the same house a couple of times trying to get out of that. Nope. You're just gonna stay in the 2-2-2s. It doesn't matter what you do. And then when you do go to something else, they're like, oh, discard a random card that matters to you, and you're like, oh my gosh. It's just one of those games where it didn't work, and the deck I had brought did have the Dark Amber Vault, and the other guy had a borrow. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the deck I was playing didn't do a ton of capturing, and the deck that the other guy had double Axiom. So I'm like, okay, so this should be fine. Like it's got plenty of creature control. It's got the borrow. I'm just gonna shut it down. If I had to play my deck, I would just been discarding the Dark Amber Vault, unless borrow was out of play already. And I mulliganed into the borrow, which is great. So I actually did hold it for one one Shadows call, and then next time I came around to Shadows, he just played the Dark Amber Vault anyway, so I think that was still okay. But then on one of my Saurian turns, I played my Axiom, and this was fairly early in the game, probably like turn 4 or 5. I play an Axiom because he's already outboarding me, because it is what that deck does. And then one of my other Saurian's cards had a drop hit, but I draw the other Axiom. And I'm like, what do I do? It's so early. I don't have the efficiency. This is before I got to use the borrow. I don't have the efficiency to get back around to this Axiom, so I got stuck holding an Axiom. And that's just how the game was. And if I hadn't held that Axiom, like 3 turns later, I had to go back to Saurian and clean off another 7 creature board. So like if I hadn't kept it, I would have lost the game for sure. And as it was, I lost by like 1 amber 100 turns into the game. It was just tough. And even we were talking last time, I was like, yeah, he thought I would pick my own deck and he was going to stick me with chains on it.
Mm.
So
Right
what
on.
I tried to do to X-ray and utterly failed. He saw right through the ploy and did not bid one more chain, and I lost real fast.
Yep. I thought about that too with that deck. I was like, do I in that game, I'm like, if he takes mine, can I drop it on with chains? I'm like, no, I still think his deck wins most of the time without chains, and I still think that's the case. It just wasn't that game.
Yep.
Drazkor, I think you're the last of the failures.
Yeah.
How did your failure go?
Well, I failed relatively well, actually. So I brought my 59 because I thought it was the most consistent of my decks. The other decks were, hot or cold, right? So I'll bring my 59. That's relatively consistent, and we could just bid on the other guy's deck. So that's what we did every game. So I managed to win a few. I managed to win my first game. I think it was my second game. I played against a guy who opened the highest SAS deck, 85. So I'm pretty sure that was that Nightly Peacock? I think it was. Who comes and plays with us in AC a bunch. Or I played him a different round and I forgot that it was his deck. But anywho, bid his deck way up to, I think it was like 13 chains. He took his deck and managed to take it out. And then I faced X-Ray, and so I also had to go up against him and bid his deck up a bunch to let him have it. And I kind of knew I needed to do fast work because my board clear was Axiom, and he had a triple Fall into the Eye deck. And so I knew I needed to kill his dudes with some fighting, and I do have some beefy boys, or just get ahead before he could burn off his chains. And got my first key relatively quickly, got into check on my second key, but he kept taking me off and he burned off his chains, and then it was just all downhill from there. He just captured like a million ember. I couldn't forge my second key and he ran past me. So didn't bid him up enough on his deck in order to do the trick. I did get an early Axiom that helped me quite a bit, but then after that, Axiom was useless. So that's where I lost, and that I don't remember if that was that top 16. It might have been top 16. I don't know. Maybe it was higher. I'll say it's 16. So, but it was a lot of fun.
Did you get paid? Because paid means top 8.
No, so it must have been 16 then. Must have been top 16 game.
So who ended up winning the whole damn thing?
Yeah, it was a guy I didn't know. I think it was it Gued or something?
Yep, Gued.
G-U-I-D.
Yeah, Gued.
Good.
Generated ID.
So congratulations to Gued or Good or whatever we're calling you. Congratulations on winning. I guess we'll keep our ears to the ground for when we're gonna do next Vault Keeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was a ton of fun. Thank you, Joker, for running it. It was well done. It was a great event. It was a ton of fun. Lots of positive vibes. It was really good.
No, people were fun. Just please no more short adaptive.
And if you want to buy a pretty good Dav deck, Joker will have my sealed pull in his store soon. So buy that and help make prizes for the next one.
Oh yeah, the one that I had, the
pretty
double good. Captain Valjerico, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, that deck was pretty gross. That deck was not pretty gross. It was super gross.
Maybe I should buy by 59. I don't know.
No.
It was $12. I don't know. Why not? I won quite a few games with that deck. Now, my opponents had a whole bunch of chains on, but still.
Just saying. Anyways, let's moving on. Our news from the week from Ghost Galaxy is not quite exciting at all. They are looking for a marketing coordinator. Should we look at what the marketing coordinator for Ghost Galaxies is going to do?
They coordinate the market.
Yeah, they coordinate the market. That's how that goes. Anyways, because I thought about applying for this job.
Do you have experience?
No.
Terribly far.
I have no experience. It's in Roseville, Minnesota. So, I mean, that'd
nice
be a
commute.
Move. Yeah, nice 5.5 hour commute every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. All right.
Have we seen the artwork on this job opportunity? Job Embertunity, by the way. That's
good. Job Embertunity. Yeah, it's not just a job opportunity.
That is one cartoony Happy Mars dude.
It really is. Like, he almost looks like a token creature.
Is he not actually Mars? Is he like some Star Alliance?
I don't know, but that is a definite art shift.
Yeah, he looks insanely happy. You're right.
And he only has like 2 teeth.
Yeah.
One big row at the top and one big row at the bottom. No real teeth.
They're actually dentures.
Yeah. So, all right. So I thought about applying for this. So the role for Ghost Galaxy is seeking a marketing professionalist to take on day-to-day responsibilities for our marketing, public relations, and organized play activities. Oh, really? So this is also an organized play person? Or is this like dual rolling?
I think
what Josh was?
It's supposed to be written as in they are going to market the the OP activities. Yeah, like it's worded oddly, a little bit.
All right. So this person
is
LMA exempt.
It is a marketing job. It is not the head of OP.
What's exempt?
It's an FLMA exempt position.
Oh.
So it's salary, right?
No,
is that what that is?
You just can't. You can't declare disabilities.
Yeah, it has to do with size of company, I think.
Right. So,
so it's a small company, right? So, like, if that's your jam, right? You want to be in a small
the core
company.
Ghost Galaxy team is small, tight knit group. So that's right in the description.
Yep. Not remotely.
Go to work.
That's interesting. They say that right there. Not remote.
Where does it say not remote? Is that in the company?
We work together in the same building, comma, not remotely, comma, because we believe that's the best way to creatively collaborate and quickly overcome challenges.
And the core team is supplemented by independent contractors. Gee, I wonder who said that. That was Sheep. Giving Sheep his credit because he needs a pat on the back every now and again.
Yep.
So, participate in creation of planning of marketing strategies, activities, and communication. Executive marketing project for all Ghost Galaxy products and brands. Serve as the primary contact for all external marketing and advertising partners, fan communications, event organizers, and retailers. Are we fan communications? I guess we would be, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Chris is trying to get out of that role because he's the one who responds to my emails.
Yeah, I think that's why he's like, oh, I gotta hire somebody.
Screw
sucks.
these Archons corner
I
guys.
I talk to all these people.
Oh,
He
jeez,
has to hire
so many
someone
people.
just to answer Wookiee.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Wookiee's like, hey, buddy.
Listen,
doing?
I only sent like 2 emails. Okay, I'm sure
Okay,
there are
if you-
people out there who have spent.
Maybe that's
sent more.
leverage for you, Wookiee. Like if he hires you, you won't be emailing him anymore.
Maybe. You think
He still will. It'll be like, hey, somebody asked this question. How should I answer it?
You think I could use that in the interview? So like, be like, hey, listen, if you hire me, you won't have to listen to my emails anymore. So let's go. Manage outreach programs, including organized play. Write news articles, informative press releases, and catchy product descriptions that successfully promote all of our brands. I wonder what they mean by all of our brands, because like they don't. I mean, Keyforge is
Future.
pretty much.
they'll have
They've
more in the future.
they've got to write it for future, right?
Okay. Wield basic graphic design skills to enhance all marketing communications with beauty and visual excitement. Well, I don't think I have any graphic design skills, so there's that.
Have you guys
They
seen
don't-
my art? It's terrible.
It's great.
It-
It's done in MS Paint.
It does say basic. I mean,
I mean, how basic we talking? I could watch a couple YouTube videos and probably get myself on board. Maintain website and social media channels with fresh and engaging content. So you got to write the content, then promote the content. Interesting.
Yeah, small company.
Represent the company at industry convention, trade shows, and other major events. That seems pretty standard. Stay attuned to hobby gaming industries, analyze trends, and help Ghost Galaxies become an innovative leader. Commit to continuous improvement in all aspects of your work. Be an excellent team member who communicates effectively, accepts and gives constructive feedback, and upholds all company values. I'm out.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm out.
just telling people they suck. Is that constructive?
That's not constructive?
Oh. Hmm.
Well, all right. To be a successful candidate, you must be passionate about marketing, communications, and putting fun things into the world. Additionally, you embody all or most of the following traits. Copywriting. Please show us examples of your writing that is active, vigorous, and concise. I have none of that. Basic graphic design and page layout skills. I have none of that. Basic web content creation, preferably with tools such as WordPress. WP Avada and Slider Revolution skills, a plus. Effective use of a wide array of communication tools, including social media channels. I have that. I know
There you go.
I know how to Twitter.
you're 20% there. We got this.
Right. Charismatic personality with excellent verbal communication.
Eh.
I'm half that, right? I'm
Debatable.
charismatic. I don't know how great my communication is. Proven ability to shape a message for multiple media types and audiences.
That's a yes. I think you can do that.
5 or more years of professional marketing experience? No, sorry, don't have that. Knowledge of hobby and games and organized play is a plus. I have that. So what
Really?
am I rocking? I'm rocking like 20%.
Oh, that's good enough.
I mean, I just need to actually get Drazcore to do most of my work for me.
I mean, you got Google for the other 80% of your job.
Yeah, you don't
so,
you don't want me doing graphic design or
Like dear
marketing
GG,
or-
I have 20% of these skills, but I have a more important skill of I am excellent at delegating
Yeah.
there you go.
to make up for the other.
I actually want to
80%.
know because as Ghost Galaxies offers a competitive salary, profit sharing, paid time off, health insurance, and product discounts.
Product discounts.
That's
What
But you wouldn't be
90%
able to
off?
play.
Oh no, forget you.
But you would then no longer be able to play.
I don't
in-
get to
in-
fucking play anyways 9 times out of 10 because I'm streaming the damn event.
well, then you'd get paid for streaming.
There you go.
Maybe.
mean,
To
that'd be
apply,
If you
That'd
just
be part of
apply
your job.
with that, you have excellent contacts on Discord who like to do Fantasy Flight's work for free. So
I have-
why won't they do Ghost Galaxy's work for free?
Yeah.
right. I have multiple contacts on Discord that will 100% do all your work for free. We've been doing it for a year. So,
FFG still owes AC like I don't know $1 million.
you know, I mean, I know Dan's still holding out checks in the mail, but I hate to tell you, that ship has sailed, sir.
Yeah, where was
Sailed.
our cut
Those
of the
guys won't
IP
even
buyout?
sell me product anymore. The hell with them.
Is there none left to sell?
No, actually, finally, it took 3 months, I think, to get my DT boxes delivered.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Now I gotta drive halfway across the street to pick them up, but no big deal.
Well,
Why
I
did
mean
you buy
that's
DT in the first place?
Because it is the shortest print set, and it is going to be one of the most expensive boxes.
And it's super fun for sealed.
I'm kind of wondering
is
because
super
we gotta be running out of stuff, right? No,
I don't know.
as far
That's
as
an
we-
interesting thought. Is like how much left is there?
Yeah, how
to
much is there
open?
left? Like, what's out there? Like, what's left?
I mean, there's
Weren't
definitely
they-
stuff
weren't
on
they-
eBay.
I don't know what Dark Tidings things, but weren't they printing like 500,000 at a time?
It seemed like DT was way less because if you look how many have been opened and you looked at how many Fantasy Flight had in stock, it was pretty small in comparison.
I mean, how
Well,
many? I mean,
what I'm
this-
saying is, how do we know DT was the lowest print set? Like, where is that source?
It's
Logic.
only from extrapolation of what's been registered and their supply, because you can manipulate their website to tell you.
So in
how many
true,
decks
what you're
they
telling
have.
me is in true AC fashion, we made shit up.
Yep.
And what I'm saying, isn't it also just as logical? DT is so bad, people aren't buying it.
No,
Okay.
because all the AOA has sold.
But that's the thing. AOA had stuff that people still were reaching for. Frickin' Wookiee bought how many boxes of AOA to get a Jinka deck like a year ago?
Hold on.
Your
And
ass
totally
is still
punted.
warming up from being on ice for the last 6 months.
Number one,
DT
I don't want to
has
talk about.
very real stuff in it.
We'll see.
Number one, I don't want to talk about how many AOA boxes I bought.
Did you
Okay.
ever open a Jinka? Did that
No.
ever happen?
No, I didn't. And then
And I mailed his to Rickster.
and then she gave me one. He's like, "Here, stop looking." And then he mailed it to Rickster. I can't win.
Just like, what's this?
Yeah.
It comes in the mail.
It just
Wait, on accident? Like that was not on purpose?
It was not on. I was shipping him like 27 other decks I had for him, and somehow just ended up in with those decks.
What's that 28th deck? Oh, a Jenka.
Oh, it's Wookiee's
That's
Jenga.
amazing.
Just throw it in there. Just throw it in. It's fine. It's fine.
That is awesome.
So after that, I was like, you know what? We're just switching to Heart of the Forest, and I'm just gonna make everybody miserable because that's
Wait.
because my heart hurts.
Wait, is this true?
Have you not been listening? Have you not been listening to the
of
show?
course not.
Heart of the
I-
Forest and Pester Grove. That's what
I have
been playing.
100% been looking for Heart and Pester Grove decks
Now I'm gonna go cry in the closet.
because I'm like, you know what? If I can't have Genka, neither can you. Good luck. No forging keys at all, ever. I've actually been looking for decks that just don't play the game of Keyforge and make sure your opponent also can't play the game of Keyforge. that was my goal for like 6 months. Still my goal, but like for 6 months, that was my goal. Was like, if I can't play Keyforge, neither can you. So, but we're playing Keyforge, so we're going to time.
Go away for a little while.
I mean,
It all
Nobody
falls
can
apart.
keep him in check but you, Z. This is what happened.
this is what happens when you leave, man. Like,
That's just bad. Things are bad.
there's so
Houston, we
much
have a
worse than you
problem.
do. Because I was legitimately making offers on like heart decks, but everyone's like, "Yeah, I'll give it to you for 1,500," and I'm like, "You can go take a long walk off a short bridge."
Yeah, the only
Like
reason
I was
she
like,
bought
that was at the time where we didn't even know if the game was going to exist in 3 months.
Yeah, but everybody knows you just got pockets of money, Wookie. Just pockets.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I got that podcasting money,
Yep. That negative dollars.
that negative dollars we take in every single month.
Okay,
That I-
we're way off topic.
We are way off topic,
We always are.
All right.
but these are the best topics.
Again, this is because Ewok isn't here.
It really is. See, this is what happens when Daddy leaves. Like now, we just talk about whatever we want. He's gonna listen to this too, and he's shaking his head. Like actually,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
shaking.
Doing.
He's shaking his head right now. Like
He's got his like little camp radio out wherever he's at right
Yep.
now.
Yep. And he's just
They're
like, oh my
roasting
god,
marshmallows, and
I
he's
can't
just
believe
like
this. What is
throwing
my god?
rocks at trees and anger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Coming in
All
at
right.
AM.
They didn't come in with any
Hey, what-
sort of idea of what they were doing today, and now we're fucked.
What are we supposed to be talking about?
All right,
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
remember.
I'm up next.
You are
so I'm
up
back.
next.
I'm back, so that means there's going to be an event because that's just what I
That's
do.
what happens.
So,
Yay.
let's talk about the June and July decks. So a lot of people know a ton of decks hit Master Vault / decks of Keyforge in June, July because they were $1, and lots of people, many, well, at least a few of them on this cast, bought a ton of decks, right?
I bought some
let's see.
decks.
Yeah, I'm not going to make them give numbers or anything, but yes, lots of decks were bought at $1 a piece. So what I did is I tagged some of those decks. I tagged, I think, 50 of them that are all 90 or above, that were all registered from what I can perceive to be that Firesale. So they're all decks that came in like second week of June to like the first week of July that were most easily deduced to, like, there's no way to guarantee it, but were most likely from those mass openings of decks during that sale time. And we're going to set up an event that is going to take roughly 10 weeks. The structure is going to be, it's going to be best of 3 matches. It's going to start off with 8 groups playing in pods of 5 people. There's going to be round robin, once, so you'll play 1 match a week, and then after that, there will be a top 16 elimination bracket tournament. We're going to take 40 players so that we can have the 8 groups of 5 people. It is free to enter. Once all of the players are registered, I don't have exact end of registration time. It really just depends on how fast people register, because there's a chance the 40 slots will fill up real fast. There's a chance it might take some time in that. No. Is that better?
Yep.
So I don't know how fast the slots will fill up, so I'm not putting like a set deadline, but I am going to take the first 40, and then I'll have a wait list of the next 10 if I need it, because if people don't show up to draft the deck or whatever, then I'll go to the next person. The pips
So
on the
hold on.
deck.
How are you doing deck selection again? I was listening for that, but I didn't hear it.
So it's going to be,
Is it random?
like, there will be a random, so they'll be drafted. So the 40 people will draft from the 50 decks, and I will randomize the draft order once I've got them all signed up.
Okay.
And then from there, once everyone has their deck, they'll be able to see where the pips are, because I use a randomizer to create random pips. If the decks were from MM, they have ownership images in there where the pips are. We can use those. I didn't randomize those, but for all the other ones, I used my son's Decks of Keyforge account, and I added a picture of the randomized deck placement from TCO to make it pretty easy what to do. People register with a Google form that I will post in the event channel probably after today, and then we will get this thing rolling. For pricing, I don't think we've finalized the pricing. I know
I have
talked
one
about it a little
prize.
bit.
I know one prize we're giving away,
Well, go ahead, sure.
and it has
What we
nothing to do with placement. Everybody who finishes all of their round robin games goes in the entry, and I'll give away one of these fuzzy Gruens I got sitting around.
That is even better than anything that I was expecting. So that's a big deal, because in events like these, at some point you might know you're not going to make it to the top. So yes, if you finish all of your matches, because just like in the past, if you're not there, I'm not going to be in the event myself, because I will be the sub. If for whatever reason you can't make a match, I will be the one you play against. Although the 3 of you are welcome to participate. And then, yeah, we'll work out what the pricing looks like. Since it's free, it's really just whatever the 5 of us will donate. I might reach out to some old contacts and see if they're willing to help pitch in. I haven't talked to LP in a while, so maybe they'll want to help out again. I still see that they are making the keys and stuff. I still got their feed, like they're on my Facebook feed all year. They're still making Keyforge stuff.
Yeah, that's still around.
So yeah, that's the event. It's gonna be 40 players. It'll take roughly 10 weeks. Best 3 matches. There's some expectation to play. I think I have it in here for 5 games that you'll share your data on the 5 games prior to the start of the round robin to show that everyone has played at least 5 times. Because the idea here is to see, all right, we opened all these decks in June and July. Like, which one is actually going to, rise to the top? And then maybe we could do something later with those versus other decks that we've done several events here on the AC. See if we can play some of them against stuff that has won in the past. Because we have all those vault decks that we know we're winners. We have stuff from the KFPL now. It'd be nice to see in the end take some of the best performing decks and see how they play against other proven stuff in events that we know of. See if this Firesale yielded some true fire or just flashy big. I think there is a deck in here that's like 100 SAS. So
I saw that.
I'm sure somebody's gonna draft that deck, and
skimming
it
through.
will be very interesting to see whether, how that all measures up.
Penelope T is the name of that deck. Penelope T.
Oh, did you put it in the? Did you put the list of the decks? I didn't look at if there was a list.
Yeah, all the stuff is made. Once I share this is a public sheet that I made. So once I post it, I'll post right after this cast today in our Discord. So the people that pay attention to our Discord will get first dibs to sign up, and then I'll probably put it in Facebook tomorrow.
Cool. And then this episode will hit at some point, and more people.
Probably tomorrow.
Cool.
Probably tomorrow. I probably won't get it done tonight. I'll get it done tomorrow.
Or I could wait till. Do you want me to wait until after we? Oh, we can talk about this later.
I'll let you know. I'll once I get it done and out, you can put it up. Sound good?
Cool. Sounds good. All right. But yeah, register, play, win some free stuff,
play, have fun,
maybe get a Gruen. That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a 106 in here.
Damn.
Yeah. There's that means recently somebody opened a SAS 106 Mass Mutations deck off of a 1, and that they paid $1 for.
Yo.
The funny thing about that deck is its amber control is 1.8.
1.8. It's got 32 creature control with quad
34
Savage Clash.
Is it all gas?
34 frequency.
Oh man, efficiency. Yeah. Wow.
It's a really, really weird deck. I have no idea if it's any good. Like, that defies any kind of logic. You'd have to play it.
This is where I was discussing that the meta scores need to mean more now, because 32 creature control and 1 amber control means it's highly unlikely that deck's going to play at 106 level.
Yeah, that's true. But who knows? It could be really good. I mean, it also has Quixelstone.
Okay.
But doesn't that mean your creature control is trash? It's weird. It is definitely the most weird deck.
Get back to Quixel parity.
Yeah, you Savage Clash 4 times.
But as soon as you Quixelstone, all the creature control is done. It's garbage.
Yeah,
it's a very, very strange deck. Yeah, other than it does have auto encoder, so you're still just going to be archiving all these cards.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's not actually horrible with the 1.6. It is just very unique. We'll see if someone drafts it. It would be hilarious if the highest SAS deck out of 40 people with drafting from a pool of 50 did not draft the highest SAS deck. That would be be like, hey Nova.
Yeah.
You're broke.
6 SAS.
It's broken.
Yeah, you broke.
You broke it.
So how will the drafting work?
That's what I'm still working on exactly how I do that. I know once I get the 40 registrants, I will randomize it. I already have the randomizer made. It's just hidden at the moment. And I'm probably going to contact them in batches of 10 and say, hey, pick your top 5. I'll let you know if they're available by the time I get to you. And then have them submit them in that order, kind of like an auto draft. You know what I mean?
Yep. Force rank 5, and then
and then do them in batches. And then as soon as they've drafted their deck, they can go ahead and start the practice process. And then there might be a little lag between the the registrants and then the draft being
Right.
done, because I'm not gonna make everyone show up live and do it there. It'd be quicker on me or whatever, but
Right.
there's no. I mean, it's okay if you're playing from whatever UK. So, which makes it like really hard to schedule everyone to show up live and draft.
Right. So tell me about this practice process.
So the goal is that you have some reps with the deck, so you just don't go in cold in the round robins. You get like annihilated your first 2 matches, and then do well the last 3 just because you didn't have reps. Some of these MM decks, even some of the World Class decks, they're going to take a little bit of time to like, okay, this is what this does. I would like it's a requirement for each player to play 5 games in TCO. You open up a game just like we do when anyone is just playing random games. Go into competitive, start a game, get matched up against someone random, play 5 games, and then you screenshot like what your record is at that moment in TCO, and you just send that to me, and I'm gonna track that data to kind of give us a little bit more information. It's like, this is how it performed in open random. This is how it performed in round robin, because that would be another interesting thing to see. Like, hey, this is the deck that won it all, but it went 1-5, 1-4 when the dude was practicing. Like, that would be a very interesting thing. Like, not saying that that's like a likely outcome, but like, it would be interesting to know
Right.
how they're doing in just random competitive TCO versus their matches in the round robin and the top.
Because it's a much more open meta in that case, right? You know, you
Yeah.
could have
Because you
Rickster
could run
running
into
that Jenka
DT,
deck.
you could run into Jenka. Like, it doesn't, because you could
Yeah.
run into anything right at that point. You could run into like old school Coda control, the weak control. Like, it's anything that's out there. Like, I've been playing a lot of Control the Weak lately, just as a flashback to the prime days. So you just never know what you're run into. And that's the idea. And I will track all that data so that people will get to see that live as the event progresses week to week in the same sheet that they'll register on.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's my thing. I will have it posted for everyone as soon as Wookie gives me the green light.
Yeah. I mean, that seems fun. I'm in. I'll sign up.
This is pretty cool.
I'm down. I'm looking to play
so
more.
I'm curious, Z, like, you built this list, right, of these decks.
What I was doing is from the day the Firesale was started, the very first day, because I was tracking on ABR, I was tracking on teams, from the day the first deliveries started, I went and saw the decks that were already there from the day before using the sort by date added. And then every day a new 90 popped up that was English, because I knew that was a distributor that was selling for $1. It was the English ones. I was tagging everything that was 90 or over that was Worlds Collide and MM. And I stopped doing that like on the 8th of July, because I know there's the people still getting their shipments. And I know some people like Dan still have like a whole horde of $1 decks somewhere. But at this point, people are now also just buying decks in stores still, if they can find them.
I'm gonna retire off the $1 sale.
He's not.
Had we all known, had you bought every single one of them, like, this could be more than just a jest. Like,
I did discuss that with a few people here, the option to buy everything they had. It turned out to be a lot more than I was thinking about.
Wasn't it like 28,000?
Yes,
At
it was a lot. It was a lot more than I could justify.
Which, I mean, honestly, like, if you look at things, like, I think I only tagged 50 of them. There are another 10 or so that got registered the week after I stopped tagging them. But, like, when you're talking about, there are some very good decks in this list. Like, I didn't actually look at any of them in any kind of measurable. I've not played any of these decks. But actually, I played one of them because one of you owns one of them. But anyway, like, but there are some very, very good stuff in here. But still, you're talking about 60 decks out of 28,000. And this is why I bought none of them. Like, I didn't buy any of them, even at $1. I do actually have some regrets, because I loved playing MM. I love playing MM. I've been reteaching my friend how to play live, because he kind of missed out on the Keyforge experience, because when we first started all this, his wife was pregnant or getting pregnant or whatever. So he kind of missed the boat with us all back then, and he we had a long talk. So, like, look, I think Keyforge is coming back, and it's like, well, that first kind of made him sad. I was like, well, all right, I'm gonna bring you with me this time. So I've been teaching him Keyforge. He even played. Who was he playing against? I think he was playing against someone on my team, or maybe it was even. I don't know. I was like, all right, this is my friend from real life. He just hasn't done TCO much at all, so it was very slow. I could just imagine the other player like, what does he do? Why is it taking him 2 minutes to take a turn and all that? Because it's just that. I mean, I don't know if anyone remembers being new. It just takes time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've been excited playing the MM decks that I have that I kept in my collection, and just playing MM's fun. So I do regret not getting those because that'd have been fun to play like some sealed stuff with him and kind of gone through that process. But I didn't have any. Don't have any. Kind of miss having all my random 2000 decks just to pull out. Like, let's play this. I have no idea what this is.
Jared
don't
just
know
dropped
how-
off all my decks.
How or why I got it. But yeah, that's my little anecdote. So yeah, hopefully it's a fun experience. We find some heat, and then once it's all over,
Yeah.
maybe we'll have a follow-up event and try to test some of the top 8 against some of the known decks in the world per se.
Yeah.
I still
So I'm
want
just
to
sort of
do.
scrolling and not really looking at stuff, but just sort of glancing at the numbers. And there's some real wild swings of stuff, which just makes it fun. There was
Yeah, like just every time you open a MIM deck, like where are the pips? Like that's the thing, and
Yep.
just in some of these World Collides, I was like looking, I was like remembering some of the good cards of World Collide. It's like, oh yeah, like Kirby, Exhume Kirby is a thing. Like that's still freaking fun. Like it's really neat. Yeah. We got something else, Wookie? I'm done.
I'm looking. Where's this deck list?
Oh my
Here.
gosh.
I'm clicking
Here.
on it. It's only opening one deck for me.
No. Here, I'm gonna put it for you in the live chat.
All right, thank you. Because I'm clicking on the link he put in there, and it's
I guess
opening
it
a
doesn't-
deck.
As long as it's not the full thing, yeah, they can't register with that. That we can share
Yeah.
that for the people that are listening.
Because
Yep.
I was like, where am I? I'm looking, and I'm not finding. So
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, there's an
50
anomaly
includes-
in here. There's there's just some Mavericks. Like there's just some fun stuff in here. There's a whole bunch of sins in this one deck.
yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah, there's a bunch of suns. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh, another another anomaly. The same one. So 2 Orbs of Wonder so far. Just some scrolling around. Another
Was it the
Sins
Red
deck.
Baron? I saw one that had the Red Baron.
That one I haven't scrolled past yet, but the Legacy Phalanx.
There is
Strike.
one that has like a ton of creatures
Mm.
and Obsidian Forge. Yeah, here it is. Diamandus, the Abysmally Independent. It has 25 creatures and Obsidian Forge.
Wow. And the Red Baron.
And then one of them is the Red Baron. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a
Remember,
fun
forge your
deck.
red
Like,
key last. Forge your red
dude,
key last.
and like 25 creatures, right? It also has double Tribune Pompidus. Like, let's go.
Yeah, and it's got 15 speed, so you can actually get to some of this stuff too. Right?
Yeah,
So,
no, it's a really interesting deck. It was a fun view. I just stuck out because of the creature count. It was like 25 creatures. My goodness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Colossaurus. There's all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
I'm in. Just sign me up.
All right.
I'm in. So,
You will get first chance to register because y'all need
Nice.
to test out my registration form.
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
register.
hear that,
too.
Joker? If you know a
Yeah.
guy, sometimes you get the hookup. Just saying. Just saying, it's a thing that exists. I know you didn't want every single AC member in it,
Dude,
but I mean,
I was like the judge to a few of his events, and I didn't get the hookup. Joker hooks no one up.
No.
You gotta
He's
earn your
stoic.
shit.
An independent.
Hey, you
right.
know
Alright,
what? You want to know how
what
I
is
got
this?
screwed is because I have my Discord name is different. My Discord name and I forget what he wanted. What did he want? He wanted Discord name, TCO name, and
This is why you should make them all the same.
well,
Yes.
they weren't all the same, and I didn't know that, and whatever. And then whatever. It is what it is. So I think this week.
Where are you not the Wookiee? Are you not the Wookiee?
I think I am the Wookiee on one of them.
Yes, I am.
No.
I am _ the Wookiee on one of them. Yes, and of course they're all different rows, so I can't just copy paste and paste it all in. So it is what it is. This week, I think we're just going to call it a shorter episode. We've run long on every single episode we've ever done, and we're running at 50 minutes. Well, probably less than 50 minutes because we had a little bit extra in the beginning. But, I mean, let's call it a shorter episode this week. No JR. So, there's
not taking super long turns,
Shut up. He's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even want to hear no crying from you guys. You guys could take advantage of, playing as a team. You chose not to. Not my fault. It's funny because every single game I've played, besides you guys, so this is week 4, right?
Yep.
Every single other game I've played, both other members joined and watched the game.
I don't. That's fine. They can all 3 of them can come against me. Let's go.
I'm just saying, that's you guys are the first ones that I had that somebody else didn't join as well.
We got stuff to do.
Well, I mean, that's not true at all. Dan was in the chat as I was playing X-Ray. I don't know what you were doing. You might have been.
I was
in the
doing
chat
something.
Too. He was playing his own game. That's what he was doing.
He was just adding X-Ray. Don't screw up. Don't screw up.
Yeah, that's all it was. I mean, and to be honest with you, I at one point was the only point where JR super duper helped me, and I should have it would have just ended a turn earlier if I just would have done what I wanted to. But I sided with JR, and I was like, all right, we'll do that.
Oh, yeah, siding with Ewok. He knows how to get the most key forging out of any game.
And I'm like, why don't we just do this? And then he's got to answer.
Win now. No, but we could have 3 more turns if we did it this way.
Well, I don't know. He didn't say it quite like that. I'm like, why don't we just do this and make him either have an answer or not? He's like, well, what if he has this? And I'm like, all right, I guess that's fair. We know it's in the deck. He just turned, so I guess that's a fair assumption. He might have it. I mean, it's probably not. And then a turn later, it was see, if we just would have done that, we would have won. We just would have won. We didn't need all these extra steps. It was like that TikTok where you see that thing and they're drawing point A to point B, and then it's this person, and it's all over the place, and it's what is going on here? We did not need all these extra steps to win. We could have just won. And then I'm taking my turn. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going. He's like, why would you do that first? I'm like, because that's clearly the obvious play. That's, am I wrong? So a majority of our time on the call was just Ewok questioning me. And I'm like, this is just not right. And then at one point I made a mistake because he was questioning me. And I'm like, I should have played that first. And he's like, yeah, well, can't go back now. And I'm like, well, damn it, Ewok. That was a majority of our turn. And then one turn, I just went to pee. Actually, it might have been 2 turns.
We just noticed you guys were playing Italian speed.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, there were a few turns where I'm like, why? What? And he's like, do this and this and this. I'm like, why wouldn't you just do this? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just do this, and we're fine. But what if? I can't play that game. He is in his own head when he plays Keyforge, for sure. Love Ewok, but he is in his own head.
Yeah, there's all different speeds.
Living rent free,
game, and I think that's fine, right? I don't think you don't
very defensive,
fast or
very defensive.
Or whatever.
He is a very defensive player. Very defensive player. This deck has 4 Savage Clashes and 2 Lost in the Woods. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. You're looking at the
106,
right? Yeah.
What does this even do?
I mean, it savagely clashes somewhere in the woods.
4 Savage and it's got a Quixel Stone.
Yep.
That's what we were saying.
What is this even about? What? I don't even know. How
I love that its name is Meta Tower.
Meta Tower. Which is funny because it has a -3 for its meta score.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, the -4 from the Amber Control.
Yeah, and then it's got 1 for board clear. What's its board? It's got 4 Savage Clashes. Only gets you 1 board clear. What the fuck?
You get a red alert.
Makes sense. Well, the Quixel Stone. The Quixel Stone. So what? You're gonna have 4 creatures out anyway in Savage Clash, and then follow that up with Lost in the Woods to shuffle whatever else is there back into your deck? How many bonus pips does this thing have? Only 12?
Yeah.
So, but I guess at a 34 speed, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you're just
You're
like,
just
play pips, play pips, play pips, play pips.
What are you trying to do here, right? You're just going to discard, like, all of your cards. You're going to auto-coder, you're going to discard half your deck to put all of your logos
I'm pretty sure this deck is just gas.
Then
just
you're gonna
put the pedal to the floor and never stop. Just don't stop.
Now we're done recording. I'm gonna start playing Keyforge.
All right, we're done recording. We'll go to final thoughts. Z, what do you got for final thoughts today?
Blast playing live play, so get out there and play some live play. If you're still eking for some high level stuff, come join our TCO event, but go find some people to play live Keyforge with. It's coming back. You need to be ready. Forge some keys with cards.
I'm super excited for Kansas City. Sheep, what you got?
Just keep playing Keyforge with us on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays.
Jeez.
Now maybe Friday nights too.
Woohoo! I'm off tomorrow. Let's play. I'm in. Drazcore?
Yep. Just having a great time playing all this Keyforge, so it's good. It's good. I need to get my stuff together for ABR though. Like I lost a really close game against Logan Composer, and I think maybe I need to talk with you, Sheep, and X-Ray about switching my adaptive deck because it's not working.
Or
short adaptive is trash.
Is it short adaptive or is it full adaptive? It's short adaptive.
It's short adaptive. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. I like it, but I'm not doing well with it.
All right, that's going to do it for us this week. You guys can join us on the Patreon if you so desire. Remember, patrons always listen ad-free. I have more ideas for the Patreon. I don't know if any of them will get implemented because there's 5 of us, and I don't know. We don't ever talk about it. And we do a really bad job of promoting ourselves because that's just how we are.
We could post
because we're bad at marketing.
We're bad at marketing.
We should apply for that job.
Yeah. What was your most recent marketing? God, it sucked. Let me tell you about it. And then we have a t-shirt shop. You can find a link down below. I just released some new t-shirts. Nothing too crazy. Just more stuff. And then you can follow us over on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All Archons Corner. And officially we now have the youtube.com/Archons Corner URL. Which I didn't know we didn't have before. But I guess we didn't. But now it's there. So, use it up. That's going to do it for us this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Be fortunate.
But we know what it feels to be low then up, alone then love, and all we need is us to